Hi everyone, welcome to Poonam's kitchen. In this video, I'll share with you the recipe of dates and tamarind chutney. This chutney is a must-have ingredient in Indian charts. That is a spicy, tangy, delectable street food from the Indian cuisine. Be it dahi bhallas, dahi vadas, aloo tikki, papri chaat, golgappe, samosas, or pakoras, to name just a few. These chaat items are simply lifeless without the date and tamarind chutney. Let's see how to make this sweet and sour spicy chutney. To make chutney, here I have pitted dates, approximately 25 in number. This was close to 1 cup. Seedless tamarind, approximately 7 ounce, close to 200 grams. This is the pack in which I got tamarind from the Indian store. From amongst the spices, red chili powder, roasted cumin powder, black salt, white salt, and dry ginger powder, also known as sont. This is from where the chutney also gets the colloquial name sont. Here I have brown sugar. This is 3/4 of a cup. I might not use the whole quantity. Red food color, which is optional. And here I have hot water, 2 cups of water in each bowl. To begin, I'll add chopped dates to this hot water. These are pitted dates, but I'll be very careful while chopping these. Once in a while you might stumble upon pits in these. These are fresh dates and will soften up very fast in almost half an hour in the hot water. I have all the chopped dates in the hot water. Now I'll add tamarind to the hot water in the second bowl. I'll break this into small pieces, and though the pack for the tamarind says that this is seedless, but still I find lots of seeds. Now I'll allow the tamarind and the dates to soak in the hot water for almost 30 minutes. It's been half an hour and I'll mash the tamarind in the hot water with the help of a potato masher. I mashed the tamarind a bit while it was still sitting in the hot water in the last half an hour. Tamarind is thoroughly mashed. I'll sieve this in another bowl. While you're dealing with tamarind, my suggestion is not to use metal bowls. I'll sieve this to get the maximum pulp. That is left on the sieve still has a lot of pulp. I'm again going to put this in hot water and use that water to bring the chutney to the right consistency. Make sure that you take off everything that is under the sieve as well. Lots of pulp under the sieve too. I'll transfer this to the same bowl and add some water. I'll warm this up in the microwave for a minute or so. While that gets heated up, let's take a look at the dates. The dates are now soft and tender. I'll blend these. I'll just use a hand blender for ease. You could do it in a mixie or your food processor. In the meantime, the tamarind is also warmed up. So here is the tamarind sitting now in the hot water. Let me put this aside. Now in the same bowl where I have the tamarind, I'll sieve the dates pulp as well, so that I have everything together. Here I have the base for the dates and tamarind chutney. I'll add the spices to this. 1/2 teaspoon dry ginger powder, 2 teaspoon cumin powder. Gives a very nice flavor to the chutney. 1/2 teaspoon red chili powder, 1/2 teaspoon white salt, 1/2 teaspoon pink salt. Give the spices a mix in the chutney while this is still cold. This is the consistency that I look for once the chutney is ready. Once it is cooked for 20 to 25 minutes. That is very essential, otherwise the tamarind remains very tart and can very easily cause throat problems. But once it is cooked thoroughly, it is safe for the throat. So now this goes on the gas stove. Here I have a large bottom pan. I chose this one so that the chutney gets cooked fast. I'll transfer this mix to the pan and set the heat at high. Because of the large size of the pan, it took less than 2 minutes for this to come to a boil. I'll now reduce the heat to medium. Now let this simmer at medium heat. Keep stirring this frequently. In the meantime, let me sieve the rest of the pulp as well, the one that I had put in hot water. Pressing the tamarind to get the maximum out of this. Now let me sieve this. Remember to stir this. Got the best I could. I'll transfer this water to the pan as well and let the tamarind cook thoroughly. Adjust the heat as per your convenience. I'll now let this simmer at medium heat, and I'll be back with you after almost 10 minutes. Another 10 minutes and look at the consistency, getting pretty thick. Now is the time to add the sugar and the color. The food color, as I said, is optional. 4 drops I have added, should be good. I'll also add around 5 tablespoons of sugar. I'll adjust the sugar and the salt later when the chutney is ready. This chutney is going to thicken as it cools down, and once you refrigerate this, it is going to thicken further. So we have to take a margin for that. We don't want a thick lump of chutney whenever we need, but just in case it happens with you that the chutney has thickened too much, at the time of the use, just add some water to it. Add water only to the amount of chutney that you need at that moment. Let this simmer for another 5 minutes and we should be good. It took another 10 minutes and the chutney is now ready. Now, this is the consistency at which I am switching off the heat. I tasted the salt and the sugar. I added another half teaspoon salt to this and 3 tablespoons of sugar. For me right now, it's a perfect balance of the sweetness from the dates and the sugar and the sour content from the tamarind. To check the consistency, one way is to just eyeball it and go by your instincts. The other way is the granny's method, something that our moms and grannies have been doing for ages. A gap has been created. Watch it for a few seconds. No chutney is dripping from the top of the spoon to cover this gap. Means the consistency is just right. The chutney's got a beautiful color. It may not be evident to you on the black pan, but if you look at the spoon, it is pretty evident. Nice shade of red. Now I'll allow this to cool down for a while on the kitchen shelf before storing it. Just hang on with me. I'll share with you how to store this in the refrigerator and the freezer, and also a serving suggestion. Here I have the chutney cooled down. Now about the storage. I will keep some chutney in the refrigerator, something that I might use in the next 15-20 days. I'm going to need some chutney for dahi bhallas. I'm making them tomorrow. Stay tuned for an amazing recipe of dahi bhalla as well. Dahi bhallas that are made without soaking lentils, without any grinding, without any frying. It's going to be an amazing recipe. The chutney that is going in the refrigerator is going to go in this jar with a plastic cap. The rest of the chutney I'm going to freeze in these small containers. Containers will go in the freezer, and whenever I need a little amount of chutney, I can take a container or 2 out of the freezer and thaw the required amount. Now coming to the serving suggestion. Whenever you're serving this chutney as an accompaniment to, say, a main course meal, put in some diced and chopped pieces of fruits. Grapes, blueberries, bananas, apples, peaches, mangoes, pomegranate. All these are fruits that go very well with date and tamarind chutney. Enjoy! Thanks for watching this video. Hope you liked this recipe. See you again with a new recipe very soon. Till then, bye!